Multiverse is a concept about which we know frighteningly little.
Welcome back to another episode of Marvel Mondays. This is me, Tex-Mex Morty, and I am here joined by my fantastic co-host. Let me start rolling in the panel. Hey, what's up, Mr. Oyman? How you doing today?
Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Mr. Oyman here, and I'm the co-host of the Marvel Mondays podcast. Glad to be back.
Yeah, glad to have you back. And also joining us is Miss Cap. How you doing today, Miss Cap?
I'm doing all right. I'm ready to talk about all the shit that we've seen in the past 2 weeks.
I need to get... Well, I don't know. That's what it sounded like. That's what's it called? Based on your tone. But we'll see. We'll see if there's differences of opinion today, or if we're all on the same page. We also have coming with us JT. How you doing, man? Glad to have you back.
Yeah, it's great to be back. Speaking of, Marvel fans out there, if you're listening, this is a great day for Marvel fans because we are on opposite sides of the coin. We are not on the same brain cell anymore. It is great. MCU is finally divisive, while DC, on the other hand, is always divisive. Marvel is finally like a civil war between Team Cap or Team Iron Man. So great.
How is that a good thing? How is that?
It is a good thing.
Goodness. We know what jobs we're getting paid.
Man, JT, you're just out there for chaos.
Going on.
Oh, hey, I was wondering.
Look, he's here.
Yeah, hey, what's up, Mr. Joestar?
She walked in with JT. Typical JT.
JT's just wanting to watch the world burn. He's like, I'm glad Marvel fans are watching, are having their divisiveness the same way DC. It's like karma, bitch, or something. How you doing, Mr. Joestar?
I am good. Just finished my spaghetti, so I was like, oh shit, I'm fucking late.
Hands are sweaty.
I'm spaghetti.
My spaghetti.
Oh, man. So, before we get started on a very light episode today, probably, but before we get started, actually, has anyone seen or been watching, listening, reading anything Marvel-related that they would like to share and recommend to the audience?
I mean, I gave you guys a good meme about She-Hulk, and you guys didn't like it.
Oh, no.
No, we're not talking about that shit.
Oh, man. You know what? Maybe I should repost that so that everybody sees.
No,
This is by
no.
No, no,
Thank
no,
you.
no, no.
You should. I don't know what you're talking about. Send it again.
No. It's a hard no.
Why are
The
you
cactus.
Out there, it's a hard.
The cactus.
Yeah, that was beautiful. That was beautiful.
No cactus. No cactus.
If you respect women, you would put that shit down.
Well, I will say, Marvel kind of related news. Mr. Oyman, you got your Halloween costume in today. Why don't you let the audience know what that is? Maybe if you send me a picture, we'll put it up next week up here on our
I did
Daily
send you a
Bugle.
picture.
Well, I mean,
Well, with it completed, with the wig. and everything.
oh, okay. I was
Yeah.
about to be like, it's too late to put it on the bulletin board right now, unless you want me scrambling around. But tell them what you got.
I have a Doctor Strange costume from Into the Multiverse of Madness from China, and it got here much quicker and in one piece. Does it turn out pretty nicely?
Yeah, it
Nice.
looks great. It looks pretty good.
Nice.
You'll have to share
You
it.
guys
Excited
have
to-
like a party
yeah,
or
I'm
something?
excited to show you guys in person, just for Halloween, just a Halloween costume.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
So you got your Cap costume, Johnny Kazar, and Puta's gonna also be a Captain America.
Oh,
so
not this, not this Halloween. I mean,
Okay, well
There-
maybe it could be Punisher or something.
I was gonna say there's no time to build or even ship a Captain America costume up until this point right now. I got my shield
I
though.
mean-
I did get my shield the week before.
So you
Thanks
know what
to
you
you
should be
guys.
for Halloween this year?
What's
you
up?
wouldn't
I
even
mean-
need the, you could easily be She-Hulk. I can see it. I can see it.
We'll say though, I mean, if you wanted to, I could technically send you where I got my Captain America workout shirt, which is kind of nice, and you could just find some blue jeans, and I can send you another one, and then they're both on Amazon because I've always wanted to get the helmet, and it's like a chin strap helmet. So like, I mean, if you wanted to, I could send that to you. It's a quick get up, real quick, but I'll get the point across. But
Have a
just
really
don't have the body for that.
I'm on vacation.
Can't do that. I can't like wear any of that shit. I'd be so ashamed because it's like, oh my god, it's Fat Captain America. I mean, I think I would be better off as like the Russian one. You know?
Red Guardian.
Yeah, I'd be like better off as the Red Guardian, or I could be like Fat Thor, like
Could
when
be
he's
Robbie
like,
Reyes.
who?
Why?
You got
Just 'cause
Robbie Reyes, Ghost Rider. You got the leather jacket and everything.
Oh yeah, I could do that.
yeah,
I do
they
wear a
got
lot
the,
of the
they
leather
got
jackets.
the flaming muscle car.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. But Mr. Oyman, I know you have been reading stuff on Marvel Comics, haven't you? What's your current run that you're reading?
I haven't really been reading much lately because I've been busy with other stuff.
I've seen
But,
some She-Hulks on the Marvel Unlimited, man.
Yeah, every now and then I'll read a She-Hulk comic or Werewolf by Night comic. Just getting ready for the Werewolf by Night coming up.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
I would recommend even to y'all. Right now they're doing Wastelanders Doctor Doom. It's a podcast by SiriusXM and Marvel Entertainment, part of the Wastelander series that are actually starting to come together. It's just a fun little 30-minute episode podcast. Almost think of it like, when back in the radio days where they would do those radio shows with the sound effects and all that. It's like
Oh
those,
yeah,
but they're nice little off-world stories based around the Old Man Logan type of world. Like it's a wasteland.
Ooh.
It's when the villains
Post-apocalyptic,
won.
yeah.
It's literally like an adjacent world from that Old Man Logan if things went slightly different but are still messed up.
Yeah.
And you got Hawkeye, Old Man Star-Lord, Wolverine, Black Widow, and right now they're doing Doctor Doom one. That's kind of starting to tie everything together. So I think I listened to it on Google Podcasts. I'm pretty sure it's on Spotify too, and obviously SiriusXM radio station. But if you haven't checked it out, I would, as a Marvel fan, I think they're pretty solid. They're a good way to spend 30 minutes once a week, kind of having not the best story, but a pretty solid one that's fun to follow along.
Can I ask, so you're saying that this is the same universe as Old Man Logan, or
Very
it's just
similar.
like
There's it's basically the universe, but if you have read those comics, you notice that there's a couple little inconsistencies that contradict some of the stuff that happens there. So I like to think of it as like, let's use the Doctor Strange universe. Let's say Old Man Logan is Earth 838. This one I would like to think it's probably like 839. It's so close to that other universe, it just has a couple minor differences.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so I would definitely recommend checking it out.
Yeah.
Other than
Still
that,
want to know what the hell happened to fucking like Logan and the baby Hulk. Like, just gonna like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna adopt him, and like, oh, that's cool. I mean, you killed his daddy like by like a kind of like a xenomorph, and he just popped out of his fucking chest, and then like you're just like, ah. And so, you know, I just
Yeah, that
wanted
was
to
a
see where
brutal
the hell that
storyline.
led to.
That's a
so
brutal
I
storyline, man.
just-
But
Yeah.
anyway, so moving on to our topics, we do have just a couple. Starting off, I'll get my gamers here like JT and Mr. Joe Star here to give their input on these. So last week, I believe it was EA Motive announced that they're working on an Iron Man game. It was rumored before a couple weeks back, but now we have confirmation. And basically, EA Motive said that Iron Man's a character that they're doing right now. Probably right after full production will go soon after the Dead Space remake gets launched. So they're probably already starting
Ooh.
just minor. And it's going to be a single player. And of course, they said that EA put out a statement that it's not going to be connected to other Marvel games, which of course makes sense because when you're dealing with like Sony and other publishers, it's kind of hard to expect them to play ball all together and make a cohesive universe when they're have different development cycles and such like that. But what did get me is that they said that this is the first of many EA and Marvel collaborations. Maybe they
Nice.
get their other studios, or maybe they just leave it to EA Motive. But do you guys think that while they said that it's not going to be connected because of other other publishers, do you think the ones that are at EA might all come together? Or do you guys like the idea of it being its own thing and not in relationship to anything else? I'll start with you, Mr. Joe Star.
Yeah, like most definitely, like how I always say, like if anything, for most of these games, like they haven't made any like good like superhero games since like what? Oh well, I mean they do. I know I'm forgetting that they did Ultimate Alliance, but only for the Nintendo Switch, and most people have not played that. And the ones after that would be like the Avengers and Guardians of the Galaxy, right? The only one that they kind of hit home was like Guardians of the Galaxy, and then basically just the Ultimate Alliance. But do we actually really just need an Iron Man game? Yes, we do. Because honestly, we kind of been playing a lot of games that are just kind of on the ground, and it would be kind of nice because like I've always felt that. I know you have the picture on there where it's the Sega Iron Man,
The
like,
one
from the
from
movie,
first
the
movie.
movie game. Yeah, so like that one was actually cool forever for those people who've actually played it because it was actually pretty nice because you could have like different suits, different mocks, and the gameplay was like a bit like off, and it was very fucking difficult on
It was-
some things.
It was very repetitive
But-
too.
Yeah, it was, and that was the only bad part. Is like you got a little bit old. You could blast some stuff, but then like it kind of reminded me of like Ace Combat kind of a thing, like where you just kind of basically just are flying around and that's all it is. But honestly, if like from the technology that we have now, like if they actually were to amp it up and then actually make a good story out of it, kind of like what they did with like the Spider-Man and like Miles Morales and stuff like that. Sure, go for it. Like, I mean, believe me, you have my 100% like support. But I will say the only downfall is that like I hope and like it happens a lot with these games today is that I hope, especially with like EA, is like there's no microtransactions like up the ass.
Well, since
Like
it's
I
a
don't
s-
mind,
yeah, since
like
it's
I
a
don't
single
mind like
player.
a season pass or something like that, but like all this crap about, oh well, you gotta buy like moves and you gotta buy like skins,
Oh, that was
like
that
it's just
that was that bullshit ass Avengers game. I'm okay.
yes.
Like I'm not okay, but I could see more if you buy skins that you cannot unlock otherwise. I'm not condoning it, but I'm saying I'd take that. But when you get into the territory that the Avengers did, where you have to buy
Mhm.
moves, that's just
Yep.
bullshit. That's stupid.
Yeah.
That is
That was the
just
stupidest shit I've ever heard. Yeah.
yeah.
And like it literally wasn't like you can actually make your own character. It was just like, oh, form it the way you want and all that stuff. But it's just like, no, dude, you're just giving them like a different, different armor and different skin. But like, it's not really gonna, or costume. It's not even a different skin. It's just a different costume, and it's slightly like maybe like a different color or whatever. And like, it's all this like microtransaction bullshit just needs to stop, because that's for one thing. Like, I know that that's making them their money, but that's what makes you lose your fans. Like, I mean, they're not gonna have people like, oh yeah, I'm gonna spend like $50 or shit. It's not even $50 anymore. The games have gone up, so it's like what, $70 maybe.
New
like-
AAA titles, yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, it's $70, right? Let's just say $70 down right there, and then like you're telling me that after $70, I have to spend like probably like 20 to 30 just so I can get moves and some costumes. You got to be fucking kidding me! Like that's the stupidest shit. Like why? I got bills to pay. Okay, I'm an adult.
Well, do
A
you want to
grown-ass
pay?
man.
Do you want to pay your bills, or do you want that badass new
adult.
like move from Iron Man 2 where he like has those little wrist
Oh
gauntlet
my
thingies
God.
that spins around with War Machine? Like, you want to call in the War Machine, or
Oh,
do you
yeah,
want to,
yeah.
or do you want to have food on the table tonight? Come on, make your choice. Be an adult.
I'm gonna go to Wendy's and buy me a Dave's triple, okay? Like I'm not gonna sit here and go off with this whole, oh yeah, I'm gonna do a super move. Yeah, man, fuck that. That's
Screw
stupid.
eating, man. You don't need it. You just eat tomorrow. Just eat tomorrow.
Just eat tomorrow.
You need to call in that War
Ramen
Machine
noodles
combo.
out. Got the ramen noodles.
Yeah,
Ramen noodles out.
Eat every other day.
So you brought up the like different skins and such, and I'm gonna ask this question to JT because I know you, JT, have played a lot of the Miles Morales. If you notice that Miles Morales and even the Spider-Man 2018 one, the way they did the suits was they were all unlockable, but some of the skins weren't actually skins. Some of them looked like they actually went in and made a separate model so that it fit
Yeah.
the look that they were going for, and each costume also had its own like unique power
Ability.
ability.
Power, yeah.
Yeah, that you could mix and match after you've unlocked it, but once you've unlocked one, it gives you a new ability that makes sense with that costume. Do you
Yep.
think that EA is gonna go that approach, or do you think that they're gonna go ahead and do like Mr. Joestar said and start milking us for money?
I don't know, because for one, I don't trust EA. At this point in time, I only trust Sony because Sony has developed the
Mhm.
most badass games of all time, like The Last of Us. I mean, that's Naughty Dog, but Spider-Man and Miles Morales and all these like all the cool games, of course. So EA, they're known for the football games, I think,
Yep.
and some other sports games. So
And ruining
I
Battlefield.
don't know how they're going to do with a blockbuster of a character Iron Man game. Is it going to be like open world? Is it going to be more like mission based? Is it going to be more like the Spider-Man and Spider-Man Morales game? It was going to be like a lot of like the big bad and certain missions, and you can unlock suits. I don't know.
Well,
I mean,
the-
hopefully that's true. But
The only reason
we
I'd
have to
say
see.
we might be able to unlock suits is because again it's EA Motive, and that
Yeah.
company right now is making the Dead Space remake, which they have,
Okay.
unless they change their mind, they did somehow manage to convince EA not to allow them not to put microtransactions in the game.
Okay.
So hopefully they could do
Hey,
that.
Yeah.
Hopefully they could do that again for this one. But for you and Mr. Joestar, I got one question. If you could pick one suit to make it into this game from either the comics, the animated shows, or, of course, the MCU, what would be the one pick that you would do for the skin? Like, let's say it's $5 and you just have to have it. What would it be for you guys?
Oh, I know. Right off the bat would be the Hulkbuster. Is that what you mean? Like Iron Man?
Yeah, and let's say the game comes out, it's 2025, and the game's out, and they say you get your one pre-order bonus, and which one do you put in your pre-order bonus?
It would be kind of cool, like if they did do that though, like if they introduced into the game, I guess you could say. I mean, we all know who the Hulkbuster is at this point, but I'm just saying, like, if they just kind of like said, hey, you can actually like, if you can call upon him and then like he'll be right in front of you, you could just hop into him and stuff.
Yo, make it like Yu-Gi-Oh! The 5 pieces of Exodia. Have like the 5 pieces of the Hulkbuster, and once you collect them all, you could like summon it.
That would be cool. Would I have to do that every time, or is this the one time?
No. Like the one time, it's like hidden in different levels.
Yeah. I totally would. I love that. Yeah, that would be cool. That's actually something. But see, that right there, that idea right there, is the stuff that's
old school gaming. That's
exactly.
old school. Like
you get a reward for actually going into like doing that stupid small mission where you have to find all these things, and it's like 50 pieces in the map, and it's like 50 pieces, like that sucks. But then when you actually get it, like the reward is so amazing because you're just like, dang, now I could wreck stuff up. Oh, that too. I really do hope that at least in this one, in this modern technology, that we can actually have whenever it's like battles and stuff. I don't know if they're going to do it in the street or if it's going to be in the desert. I really do hope that if it is in the street or something in like a city of New York or something, like you could like throw somebody and they could like destroy a building. You know what I'm saying? Like, or have like a giant hole into it, and then just like when you move away, it just goes away. You know what I'm saying? Like something cool like that. Kind of like the Incredible Hulk game that was like old school, and you could throw people. I thought that was cool. I don't know.
Oh, cool.
About you, JT? What about you? What would be the one suit that you would want to see in this game?
Well, I'm going to be creative here. I'm going to get the silver Iron Man suit, but with kind of like the Vision colors, so to speak. So it's going to be like a mixture of like silver, but a little bit of like a red hue and all these other type colors.
Like the stealth suit or the Silver Centurion suit?
The Silver Centurion
you
suit.
stole mine. That's what I was going to say. Silver Centurion. That's the one I would have gone with.
Yeah.
That one was actually my favorite in the one that I put in the picture, the 2008 game. I actually really like the Silver Centurion
Always
suit.
been my favorite Iron Man armor, Silver Centurion. The triangle and the red and the silver.
So JT and Mr. Oyman have the same ones. What about you, Miss Cap? Is there any particular one, big Iron Man fan, or are you gonna be like, no, I want that suit where right after he got his ass kicked by Captain America and Bucky?
Or if you could make up your own Iron Man suit, what colors would it be? What would it look like? Your ideal whether it exists or you could make it up yourself. If you could play as Iron Man in any of his armors, what would you go for?
The person who doesn't really like Iron Man. I probably would just mix it up like red and gold. I'd probably like maybe a gold and silver, maybe gold and silver, so like red.
Kind of cool.
I don't know if there's one out there like that, but that would be pretty cool.
Instead of him being red and then there's gold accents, he's like silver with gold accents. That'd be kind of neat.
Yeah.
Might be one like that, but I don't know.
Kind of like the Iron Patriot in a sense.
No, because Iron Patriot's more.
He's red, white, and blue.
Yeah, but I'm just saying instead of that. Oh, okay.
Like more action with the gold, like golden and silver.
Silver accents.
I do like the color of War Machine though. That was always my favorite. I love that color scheme because it was all black, and then he had just like silver parts, like his arms and his mask. I was like, ooh, that shit goes crazy good. I liked it from the old school though one, like the comics. It was actually really cool. Anyway, that's
He had all these big ass guns on his shoulders.
fuck yeah. Yeah, I mean it was like humanized like Predator. So like you
Yeah,
just
that's a good way
yeah.
of putting it. I never thought of
Yeah.
it that way, but
Yeah,
yeah,
he just like comes up. He has like a minigun on one, and then rocket launchers on the other. And I was just like, oh man, that's cool. Yeah.
All right, and what gets me excited about this specific news, though, now that it's officially revealed and we don't have to speculate, is that we as Marvel fans, even in my case right now, not enjoying every single thing that Marvel's putting out,
Yeah.
it still gets me excited for other stuff like this because what the hell is going on in the background?
I'm feeding Mr. Poopy Paws.
Oh man, your cat. He's gonna make it a guest appearance. But like I was saying,
I'm trying to feed him so he doesn't make a guest appearance.
it gets me excited because that means if Sony does keep their word next year in 2023, we're gonna get Spider-Man 2. Then
Yes.
the year after, I wouldn't be surprised if we get Wolverine. The year after, we're looking at potentially that Captain America Amy Hennig game, and this game potentially, if not like early the year after. So it looks like, and that's just of what's been announced. There's other games that are being rumored, like a Blade game. There was a Black Panther game that wasn't the one with Captain America.
A different one?
Yeah, different one. But again, that one's just a rumor.
Huh.
Same with Blade. And word on the street also was that Sony and PlayStation have yet another IP other than Wolverine and Spider-Man under their belt.
Oh my gosh.
So potentially within the
wait.
next 5 years or so, we could be getting a plethora of games that hopefully are in the same caliber as Spider-Man, closer to that side and less like Midnight Suns. We're gonna get like
Avengers.
like AAA stuff,
Yeah.
and hope.
Wait, I
I'm
was going to ask you that, though, because the Disney games, or the Disney properties like Avengers and whatnot, that wouldn't be Sony that can release those. They can only do Spider-Man and then Wolverine.
It depends on what they've been talking, because they got Wolverine because they were so impressed with what Insomniac did in 2018 with Spider-Man that they're like, okay, we trust you. We're giving you Wolverine. They
Sell you
we-
Wolverine. I see.
yeah, we don't know what else they might have let them.
Morbius.
Oh hell no.
Oh my
Hell
god.
No,
You
no.
know it would be a great game. It would always be morbid.
You know, but like the thing about it is though, honestly, I'm hoping for this at least. I hope that at some point they realize that they just need to bring some of the coolest games back though, because like if you've ever played Punisher, I think one of you guys did.
Yeah, I have it.
Like yeah, see like the Punisher on like the PlayStation 2, like they need to bring stuff like that back. And I hope that if they do come out with like Wolverine or Blade, that it would actually be like a rated M. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
It's like 'cause
if Sony
'cause
and
we
Naughty
can't-
Dog come out and say we got a Punisher game on the works, I would just shit my pants.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah.
and then I would clap. Like I would probably cry. Like that'd be a good combination
Yeah,
right there. Because I know
that
Neil
would
Druckmann
be.
has said it. He's like, if I could have a Marvel property after Last of Us 2, I think he tweeted. He's like, it'd probably be what's his face, Punisher.
Oof.
But
Oh man,
that'd be fantastic.
that's so good.
But moving on though, somebody mentioned horrible things like Morbius, so it got my mind on horror. So I wanted
Horrors,
to
I
move.
like it.
transition.
I want to move on. I thought it was slick. I thought it was
Get
smooth.
your mind out of the gutter. Stop thinking about those whores.
No, not horrors.
I know
Horror.
Morbius.
I ain't no Morbin with no horror. But
Morbid, no whore.
Going for the
Werewolf by
hordes. Take it away, Marty.
Werewolf by Night is
my
coming out on Disney Plus next Friday, I believe. I think it's the 7th of October.
Yeah, really soon.
Yeah.
Sooner than I
So
was expecting.
we got first reactions, which I'm not going to get too much into, but I will kind of glaze right over them, just surface level stuff, because we got not too long ago that it was labeled on Disney Plus as a comedy. That has since changed on their description, and now it's labeled as a horror and like fantasy. We also got a runtime that it's going to be about 52 minutes and 37 seconds. So it's a
yeah.
decent sized little special.
Good. Yeah.
But what gets me intrigued, I do expect there to still be comedy and dark humor to it. Because it just looked like that from the trailer, and you can't do B horror movie in a satirical way without having some sort of lightheartedness to it. But what gets me is that they changed it to horror. It's TV-14, but all the early reactions, the only thing that I'm gonna get into other than that they say it's great, is the fact that they mention that there is creepiness and gore, like blood and gore, and a lot of
Yeah.
blood. So
Okay.
that gets me personally pumped up. How do you guys feel about that? Do you guys think the early reaction people are just hyping it up, or do you think the House of Mouse finally realized, hey, we're gonna have a werewolf project, we're gonna try to push the boundaries and finally give us MCU watchers the blood that they've been teasing us we were gonna get with like Moon Knight and other projects that we really didn't get? I'll start off with you,
mean-
Mr. Joe Starr, because you're probably this will be right up your alley.
I mean, like, I don't really believe that they're gonna do it. Like, think about even like Moon Knight. It wasn't like as bloody. Like, yeah, they got shot, but like it wasn't like crazy, you know. And then, yeah, he got stabbed, but he was like in superhero form. So like, it was just, I don't know. I don't really think they're gonna actually do that. Now
do
they might
what?
do. Like they would actually show somebody getting their head ripped off or something like that, you know?
I heard this was pretty gory. and
Yeah, that's what I'm
much more
saying. I heard
violent
that
than
it's
anyone was expecting.
that's everyone saying that it's really what's it called,
Uh,
gory.
DBMA.
Like, yeah, I don't think they might be ripping people's head off.
Yeah.
At least
That's
not
what I
in direct
want.
visual, but I do think you're gonna get maybe
Not on
like
Disney Plus.
maybe like
I want
neck
I want
bites and then
Saw-
blood gushing
Marvel.
out.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
might
That's what I want.
you might get some decapitations, but it might not be like directly on screen. Like you might not see like
Yeah.
the ligaments
This is what
being
I'm-
torn.
You see
Yeah.
a shadow and then some blood spray on the wall.
Exactly. Damn it! I was gonna see. Ah.
Hey, but
But yeah,
honestly,
I
that's
totally
more that
get
we've
that. I
seen
totally
in a
get
while.
that.
I
I
do.
mean, I see where they're kind of going with it though too, because I will say like, yeah, I'm actually pretty excited to see it because it's just, I mean, it's something new that they're kind of bringing out, but definitely with the direction that they kind of did with like, what was it, with Wanda and Doctor Strange, like they actually made it like really fucking creepy. Like I was just, it was just kind of like eerie feeling, and it was really good. So if whatever they kind of throw out there, and plus they're gonna have damn, what's his face? Like the one who's actually gonna be the wolf. I forgot that actor's name, but he's a great actor. Like I actually really enjoy his films.
Jack
but
Russell
I think so. I can't
He
remember.
plays the werewolf.
I think so. I mean,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
he's
yeah,
in the
yeah.
cover of it. He's in the cover. He's like a Hispanic dude or something.
Oh yeah, no,
Okay.
he plays Jack Russell.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I was
Yeah.
muted. Yeah, apparently they do a good job.
Yeah, but I will say this, like, I mean, definitely, if they actually, you know, just try to push those limits, that's fine. But I mean, I'm just gonna enjoy it regardless because it's something new and I like horror stuff. So
Well, I just
they're
hear
gonna
that
actually
I hear that if you're a horror
It'll be
fan
different
and you
from other
and
MCU
you
stuff.
that you will enjoy this if you're a good horror enthusiast. It has good callbacks to those classic like 1940s 30s type of vibes.
yeah,
And
yeah, like the Psycho.
yeah, like Mr. Oyman did say, they did a lot of the reactions are saying similar to what Moon Knight said, is that this is a good fresh of breath there because it's very self-contained. It does not like maybe in the long run we might
They'll
see it.
plant some seeds, but that's
Yeah,
about
yeah,
it.
but it's not going to be anything direct. Like you could watch this on its own and not know that it's connected to anything unless you're looking at the small little details that they put out here and there.
Which is how the comics are. I'm glad they're kind of leaning into that a bit.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
just glad.
good.
I'll say I'm happy to hear that Michael Giacchino's first directorial debut is apparently really, really good. I'm glad for the guy, and he scores it himself too, so that'll be fun.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, no.
He's a
Oh, so he
composer
did
turned
score. He
director.
did score it himself.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Composer and director.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Like, I mean, think about it. Who was the last director to do that in a horror movie? It was John Carpenter for Halloween.
Yep.
Mhm.
No, but I'm
Could be-
excited for it. The reactions again are praising Michael Giacchino. They're saying that they need to open up a whole area of
Yes,
Marvel horror
Universal
thing.
Monsters.
Yeah, and
Since Universal
yeah, I was about to say,
themselves
since
to
Universal
the
Monsters aren't doing it, leave it to Marvel to come in and pick up the slack for them. But they're saying that they
With
wouldn't mind that he
Dracula
did such a good
Blade.
job with this, that they won't mind if he was in charge as a director from now on for that segment or that section of Marvel. But
Yeah.
definitely gonna be tuning in myself next Friday. Who knows? Maybe we could all like get together if y'all aren't busy and watch it somewhere. Maybe Mr. Oyman's place, little theater room. Mm-hmm.
With the lights
Damn.
off.
Somebody
down
got a
if you
theater
guys
room?
are.
Damn.
Yeah.
You need to come. You need to come up, Johnny Kazar.
Yeah. To
Oh, damn.
it's fantastic. It's like a mini theater. But
As long as it's done like that Friday or whatever, I mean, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, we
'Cause
could
it's
probably
just
do it
gotta-
Friday night. I'd be down.
Because I'm gonna be busy Saturday and Sunday. And
Well,
then
yeah.
like the weekend after is the one that supposedly we're all supposed to hang out, but I think you were
Yeah.
too drunk that night to remember.
oh man.
Yeah, it was.
All right. Well, moving on.
we'll talk about that some other time.
Okay,
well, moving
okay.
on. So from this point on, I will let my co-host, Mr.
Uh-oh.
Wyman, become
Oh, man.
temporary host. Not next week,
Temporary.
because next week I'm taking the reins back for Werewolf by Night. But then the week after, you're back on temporary, like main
Wait,
host
hold on.
again.
You mean next week we won't have seen Werewolf? by
Oh,
Night. We'll
the
have
week
seen
after.
She-Hulk.
Yeah, I see
Okay.
what you're saying.
Well,
yeah.
I won't. I don't know if I'll be able to do next week anyway. Depends if I'm back home or not. I might.
Ah, man.
should be able to though.
You
We'll
really
see,
gonna
we'll
make me watch that 7th episode?
see. You know it.
So me personally, I gave up on this show. I mentioned it on the last episode. I'm like, I don't know, I'm not feeling it. And after seeing what these 2 past episodes were about, I feel like I made the right choice for myself. So I will let Mr. Oyman take it over because he'll talk with you guys and we'll see what She-Hulk episodes 5 and 6 have brought to the table. So I'll pass the mic over to you, and why don't you go ahead, Mr. Oyman?
Okay.
She's
this is my
hot.
show now. All right. You know what? Since JT, you were the last to speak in terms of first it was Kazar, and then it was Miss Cap, and then it was JT. So JT, I'm gonna come to you last.
Okay.
Start with you, Kazar. What did you think of She-Hulk episodes 5 and 6?
Oh god.
I think she really looked good in that dress. It was
No,
just so
right?
amazing.
She was banging.
She was banging. It's like so funny though. I just feel so bad for her because like the fact is, it's like I mean, it was true. If you've actually seen the episodes, it's not bad. Like I really enjoyed them. Just to watch. It's not like I'm not putting any
On
kind
high
of
art,
like
it's just a fun show.
yeah, exactly. I'm not putting any like effort to it where it's just like, oh my gosh, it's totally ruining Marvel and whatever it stands for. No, it's just a show. I'm enjoying it. And it's just kind of funny because it's like the wacky shenanigans that happen to her as a lawyer. Cool. I will say, like, they did make a point about the whole thing about, oh, well, you know, because it's not just women. I know this is like a really big woman-based stuff. But like the fact that like if somebody can't really accept you as the way you are shouldn't really be a thing that you should actually like if you were to actually bulk up, like kind of like saying like if you can't love me because I'm fat, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm fat, not anybody
Accepting
like
them
everybody.
for who they are.
Yeah, yeah,
Instead of
then, like-
oh, I can't be me.
Yeah,
if you don't
then
love me
they
now, you
can't-
don't deserve me at my best.
Yeah.
Man, why are you taking that from me?
It seemed
Damn
like you
it.
needed a little bit of help.
No, I was gonna come up to that. I was just saying. Oh man, why are you guys taking my words?
Go ahead.
Anyway, but definitely it was one of those situations where I mean we've all probably been there. I mean we've always had that one person who we actually tried to attempt and like it just didn't work out. But you know what? Hey, like comes to show, like, you really do have to, if you really want to actually work on yourself, like, do that, work on yourself, get your shit together,
Mhm.
you know, get your brain together. Definitely have your heart and your brain be together as one. Go with life like that. Be happy with yourself first, and then do your shit, and then you can be able to love whoever the hell you want, right? Um, well, by legal age, I don't mean anything like that. Okay. Anyway, but definitely, it was cool. It was good. Yeah, nothing too crazy. It was just kind of funny with some situations. I did love the reference to Daredevil when they were making her suit. So that was one of the biggest things that I was kind of looking for. Still haven't seen that dude, but hopefully
He'll show
here
up.
and then. Yeah,
You
no,
will.
like it's kind of like what we were all talking about together. That he's probably gonna show up at the last second, like on the last episode, like, "Hey,
Yeah.
I need your help," you know, and then you're just kind of like, "Fuck."
How do you
And
Or it'll
guys?
be a tease for his own
Yeah,
show.
how do you
and
guys?
Yeah.
all that.
How do you guys feel of them stringing along the casual audience that's not fully like they're not looking too much into it. Like me and Mr. Oyman already know when he's gonna show up, but most people
Yeah.
don't. So a lot of people were really excited when they teased that helmet at the end of episode 5. So how do you guys feel? Like, do you guys who maybe didn't know feel cheated that he didn't show up?
No.
Nope, I don't feel cheated at all because
Jen
it's,
says-
it's Marvel. I don't
whose
really
show this
care.
is?
Some like diehard like Marvel fans care, like you,
I know.
Miss Cap, or like you, Texas Morty. But for me, it's like again, like what Johnny Joestar said, just show. So speaking of my part of my views on episode 5 and 6,
Oh, okay. Going
I
into it.
yes,
He's
I
like, I'm gonna go
am.
straight.
He's like, this is my
Okay.
show now.
Okay, go
Gotcha.
for it. Go,
He's gonna go
JT.
Miss Cat,
Let him
but
have
you
it.
Go ahead, JT. You go ahead.
Yeah,
Put it
we'll
all
let
over
him
their
have it.
faces.
I mean, I think. I mean, this show is great. First of all, it doesn't take itself too seriously. Us Marvel fans do not have to take each show too seriously. Only if it has to be serious. Like this show, we just it's all filler. Why is all filler? It's She-Hulk. She's
Yeah.
a lawyer. I mean,
Say
it's
so
all,
in the show.
It's all for kicks and giggles, you know, and whatever.
Kicks and giggles.
I know,
I like it.
Yeah, but also
Yeah.
like I think for me, episode 5 was kind of cool because of the case. You know, with her and the trademark of She-Hulk.
I already forgot
And-
what it was. Oh, the
Yeah,
trademark one.
yeah. It's with the lawyer case, the trademark of She-Hulk, and then they go to court. A lot of bickering, but then she finds like, oh, I have an idea. Let me ask all these guys that I hang out with who I made the profile
Yeah,
of
with.
She-Hulk testify in court, and they did. And it was kind of really sad for her because She-Hulk is a person, but then also Jen is like the person underneath, but they didn't really recognize Jen as a person. But then episode 6, you got Josh, who, again, as Cap will say, oh no, he's pretty shady.
He's
I mean,
Yeah,
Suspicious.
he's
I mean,
shady.
yeah.
Fucking
I was gonna say,
suspicious.
yeah.
I don't
I could see
trust
that.
him.
Too
Who?
I could see
perfect.
that.
Who?
I could see that.
yeah, but I'm
Josh.
sorry, Texamone. You have to watch
Oh
the
yeah,
episode
different Josh.
to know what you're
Different
talking
Josh. Yeah, yeah. If
But-
you were
yeah, but
watching the
anyway,
show,
yeah,
Ah, dang, got shot down there right there. Did you see that? Wait, who is he talking about? Boom! You haven't seen it, you gotta watch it.
No, I thought you guys were talking about a character that showed up earlier in the show.
Oh no.
Nah.
No, it's a whole
Time.
different character. But anyway, back to my point. Josh seems like a lovable guy.
Hope he
He
is.
recognized Jen for who she is. So I don't know. And at the end of episode 6, some like shady stuff's going on. I don't know, but hey, again, take it as the show at base value. Like I said this before, the script is poorly written. It's okay, but the show itself, as long as you have popcorn, you have a drink in your hand, and you have chocolate, and you like cry sometimes or laugh.
So specific.
But I think it's a kind of
Wow.
good show.
Okay.
Yeah, you need chocolates
Right.
when watching.
He cried
Yeah.
terrible at this, but
Me
yeah.
personally, I prefer green food, artichoke,
little-
Oh, yeah,
spinach,
of course.
broccoli.
Like a
Finish
solo
greens.
date night. I totally dig it. I fucking
Yeah, of course.
Okay, but
yeah.
see,
Green M&Ms.
I would say like you guys aren't really
Man.
selling it. Like as a guy from outside looking in, you guys are just like, oh, it's nothing. It's just filler. I would be kind of okay with that if it had like, how do I phrase this?
Like more tissues, but not
No,
used in
no.
that way.
Ah, jeez.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Calm down, Sarge.
Oh my
God.
god.
No, I was thinking more
Calm
like
the fuck down.
While you think about
Like
it,
character-
I mean,
character
Marty,
development.
I want to hear from the one lady that's on the podcast.
yeah, but I
Kat,
was just
what
gonna say like character development. If like they were actually developing her character in a very very like super genuine, not superficial level way, I feel like it could have
Yeah.
retained my attention longer. But since it was just like you guys said, just jokes, not serious, not her character is like slowly kind of getting developed up until the point
Well,
I watched,
you
but
haven't
not.
watched the last 2 episodes. So, Miss Cap, what are your thoughts on episodes 5 and 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, I doubt they
as
developed
JT
her
would
character
probably
much.
say I had a straight face watching both episodes.
Yeah, I'll admit
Yeah.
these
Straight
last
face.
two. These last 2 were the least funny that we've had, in my opinion.
Like
Yeah,
I
a
was
couple moments
watching
here and
it-
there, but they didn't make me really laugh.
yeah.
watching it. I literally watched like episode 6 today, like before this episode. Like
just for
I
the podcast.
literally forgot. I was out yesterday and I came home and like JT was like watching it. And he was like, "Oh, I'm watching the episode." And I was all like, "Wait, didn't we already watch one?" Remembering that I watched episode 5 last Monday because I forgot again. And I was just like, "We already watched it." And I was like, "Oh no, we didn't." So I haven't been watching it on the day it pops out. And I'm like, I just remember. I'm like, "Oh yeah, I watch it." It's like an afterthought. So I can like have something to talk about because I'm just like right now I'm just like pushing through it. I'm like, okay, it's something
I
to
mean,
something to talk about.
How about this? How about this, McCap? How about if Marvel decides to do a like Steve Rogers comedy show, would you watch it like each and every episode it comes on, even if it has like poorly written script and
Yeah.
not so characters? Okay, so wow.
Still doesn't say I still don't like it. Like
Y'all
I'm
just
not
thirsty.
enjoying it, but I also don't like being out of the loop either. So
Yeah.
like I'm gonna push through just to figure out what the hell is going on. So
Okay.
like I don't get lost later on. Like just
See,
that.
Alex, even Rachel knows who Josh is because she's been keeping up to date.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I doubt
Loop.
Josh is gonna matter in the grand
Oh,
schemes. I doubt he's gonna
Josh
be in Kang
is super
Dynasty.
fucking.
No.
He is
This
so
is what-
suspicious.
This is what I think this is what I hope they do. Instead of making Josh yet another seemingly nice guy who's a dick or a bad guy or whatever, because it's so predictable, they should have him be a legitimately good, perfect guy for her who then gets killed.
Oh
Just
no,
just
they'll
kill him
just
off
they'll
right
just
away.
fridge him. No,
Ah,
if
man.
plus they already
No,
kind of
no,
did
not
that.
fridge him. Kill him. Give She-Hulk a reason to like actually
Well, that's-
unleash her inner rage.
That's what
Yeah.
fridging means. That's in comic book sense. What's
Oh
it
yeah,
called?
introducing a character. Yeah,
just
well,
to
that's
just to
100%
kill
what
him,
this
like
guy
how's
should be.
Jordan's fiance got shoved in a fridge when she got killed out,
Exactly.
just to motivate him. Comic book users do not usually like that type of character arc.
Oh no! But I'm saying they should. It's better to do that than to try to make him be just another generic bad guy.
Oh,
who
yeah, yeah,
Nobody
yeah.
gives a shit about because we already have so many douchebags on this show.
Well, they
What I
already
did.
did.
Like about,
They already did a good guy who you think is bad, but then ends up
Yeah,
just being
they
good
did it
in
like
Hawkeye.
twice.
Exactly, which makes me even more suspicious. Like I
No,
don't
like
trust him.
he was. You thought he was bad, but he was still good. Freaking the guy who plays Lalo in Better Call Saul was in Hawkeye, and they did that with his character.
oh yeah.
Where you're like, oh, he maybe is the bad guy, and then it turns out he was just an oblivious, nice
You're talking
overall
about
dude.
Swordmaster.
Yeah, Swordmaster.
Hawkeye? Oh okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'd rather they just like actually, if they actually introduced the seemingly perfect guy and straight up killed him on the show, nobody would see that coming. It would give Jen motivation to like go She-Hulk.
Well,
but
you'll see it
knowing how
coming.
this show is going, it would probably be, even if they did kill him, it would be in a very stupid, goofy way because that's
Yeah.
the whole. It's a sitcom,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so they're not going to kill him. I already know they're not, but they
So
should.
it's gonna be so evil. Josh is gonna live. Like they're just gonna be
Probably.
like,
Maybe
yeah,
he'll become
Josh
a-
will live.
He'll become a. Well, no, I still think that other guy who's Hulk King on the little like they say at the end when
Yeah.
they're looking at
Mhm.
intelligentsia. I think that guy Todd that was Mallory Book's client that went on the date with her asking about her skin and all that.
Oh.
I still think he's gonna come back and be like one of the bad guys. But what do you guys think that since her lawyer Mallory Books was telling the friend Nikki hey, don't tell Jen about this. Also, her one client is that Todd guy who was asking Jen about her impenetrable skin, and how she's told that she didn't want to. When Nikki asked Mallory Brooks about her son, she didn't say anything about him. She was like, "Oh, we don't talk. We don't talk about Bruno." So it's like, what if her son is like a bad guy, or she's like conspiring against with this intelligentsia? Because she's like, "Oh yeah, don't tell Jen about this website that has all these death threats about her." Like, think about it. Mallory Brooks is the bad guy.
Mm.
That sounds just as bad as
Yeah,
Miss
that's
Marvel
actually-
with the clandestines or whatever they're called,
Yeah, it's not much better.
or the Jinn. Yeah, no,
Pretty
that sounds
good
terrible.
theory on par, but like
But
I've-
I don't
I've-
see it happening, but it's a good theory.
It's
Probably
better than the
true.
Eternals. I mean, I could tell you that.
Mr. Oyman,
Bad
you're-
guy in the Eternals?
You're coming up probably with the better story than the damn show writers are.
Well, it might be like the thing you just said about Jack in Hawkeye. Like, you think that he's a bad guy because they keep showing all these little hints, and it's like, no, he was just a friend all along.
Yeah. he was.
Yeah.
That's probably what
I
they're
mean,
gonna do.
I mean,
You guys-
it's still a bit too early for it. How many episodes is this thing gonna
Three
be?
more episodes.
3 more.
Three
more?
Do you think the leader's going to show up now that he's been announced for Captain America 4?
I think
No.
so.
Yeah.
I
Uh,
don't think
The
in
very
this
end.
one. I don't know
Very
if
end.
in this one.
Well, think
Overall,
about it. The leader is the leader of intelligentsia, and they already announced Tim Blake Nelson coming back as the leader. So I would not show him at the
Yeah,
very
but-
end, tease him.
I feel like the tone for what they're going with the leader is gonna fit Cap New World Order, Thunderbolts, and it's far different from this show.
No, but this show will tease him, like at the very end, show like, oh, it was the leader, like reveal him, and then boom, that's it. Not actually have him be a bad guy at the show.
Yeah, well, who knows? They did that with freaking Kingpin and Hawkeye, where they're like, "Hey,
That's
look,
what I'm
this
saying.
big,
exactly.
this this big bad guy. We're just shoving him in
Gonna be a
for."
threat later on, but in Hawkeye he was done really goofily and clumsily.
Yeah.
It'll probably be
Maybe.
something similar. I hope not, though.
That'd kill off some of my hype for him coming back, honestly.
They
But,
should wait to just bring him back when they can actually use him. You know
but
what I mean?
honestly,
Just-
since he is a Hulk character, I just feel like they're gonna play
Yeah.
it safe. You're right. They're probably
and
gonna play it safe.
Intelligentsia, he's the leader of it. Just saying. I know the shows and movies are different from the books because I think MODOK is part of Intelligentsia, and I don't think MODOK will be in this show.
MODOK
He'll
is
be in
AIM,
Ant-Man.
isn't he? Isn't he created by AIM?
Yes,
Okay.
but he does join
Do you know?
Intelligentsia with the leader and a couple other bad guys. I'm trying to remember who they were now.
Claw was part of it.
I want to say the Wrecking Crew, or maybe, or no, that'll probably be in the show. They'll have the Wrecking Crew be a part of it.
Who would you want MODOK to be?
Frogman! Wait, what do you mean?
Who, if like they were to
Play
actually
MODOK.
bring in, yeah, what actor
uh,
would fit that face?
Some of you know what they're gonna do.
Oh, Joe.
But-
He'd be perfect.
Yeah.
Joe Mama,
Who?
bitch.
Ah.
Man, I found that easier to say than Ligma. You would have saw Ligma from far away, so I went
yeah.
with Joe.
Yeah.
Hold on. What was the name of that new Game of Thrones show? It's House of the
House of Dragons.
House of
The
House
dragons?
of the Dragon. These nuts across your face. Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I'm surrounded by idiots.
Idiots. Really?
Okay, so Johnny Joe.
I had to put my reference in there. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
I loved
You
it.
should-
I
you
loved
should-
that movie.
Wendy. There you go. That's a
I wish I
female.
had I understood that reference on my soundboard. I need to get that one. I need to get that.
Surrounded
Yes.
by idiots. It's Lion King. Okay.
Yeah, you got to get
Lion
Wendy
King.
in
No.
there.
Scar. Okay. Johnny Joe Star. You asked about MODOK. So the rumor is. Hope it's not a spoiler because it might not be true. But the rumor is in Ant-Man 3, it's going to be the
Word on the
Yellow
street.
Jacket got all shrunk down, and the actor who's playing the Yellow Jacket's supposed to be playing MODOK.
Oh.
I don't see how he's
really?
gonna fit into the
Really?
whole grand scheme of things.
But again, just a rumor.
That's-
Sometimes
that's
we
weird.
also heard so many rumors about D23, and none of that shit came true. So it could just be bullshit. But
Yeah.
we'll find out soon enough.
Kind of hope
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
MODOK.
Depending
it's
how
gonna
they
be.
pull it
It's
off.
gonna be
I
so.
would
It's gonna be
rather-
good.
I would rather
It's
they
gonna
just
be good.
have AIM create the mechanical organism designed only for killing. But we'll see what they do.
Yeah,
Oh.
I do think that they're gonna actually the new Ant-Man and the Wasp is actually gonna be pretty decent. Something to actually look forward to, because I mean, Quantumania, like I mean, they're gonna have like all the shit that they can go off of. So I hope it really turns out really well.
I do too.
Well, I hope it just doesn't suffer from the Age of Ultron effect, where since it is going to be
Setting
such a
up too
pivotal
much.
point, that it sets up a little bit too much,
Yeah.
where it takes 10
And
years
isn't its own movie.
before it's slightly appreciated, and it doesn't feel like it has its own identity. It's like, oh yeah, it was a
Yeah.
preview for the next 5 years, and
Yeah,
come
yeah,
year
yeah.
6, we're going to
Yeah.
be like, whoa, they set that shit
I have
up.
a feeling that's gonna be it though, because it's the first movie of Phase 5. So they're like, all right, Phase 5.
Oh, yeah, and it's gonna
all
be
these threads being laid out. You're right,
involving
it's like Age of
Kang.
Ultron.
And we know that storyline ain't going to be over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm curious to see what they do with Kang in this movie. That's probably why the real villain will be like MODOK Yellow Jacket or something.
Who knows?
Or Bill Murray's the bad guy.
Who knows?
Anyway, She-Hulk is like really hot. I would definitely,
Jesus.
you know.
All right.
Okay, let me ask, how do you think
how much I
she's been looking
sacrificed?
Wrong button.
VFX wise?
And-
Well, way to go. But I was gonna ask, how do you think her VFX have been looking?
Better.
Honestly.
Honestly.
You know what? I will say
I'm used to
it,
it now.
in this one,
She's
like
not-
it
not
actually
when she's
felt
in
kind
her
of looked
suit.
bad.
Oh,
Oh,
you didn't think it looked good? In her
No,
like
like-
business suit, she looks like Shrek.
No.
yeah, it is kind of off. But like I will say, even when she was wearing her suit, like I like that dress. Like it was just kind of funny. I was just making a joke about it because like she walks up to like the bridesmaids and like she's like, "Oh my god, and your ass is like so good." I was like, "Yeah, her ass." But then I'm like,
Jesus.
"What ass? Where did it go? Where did it go?" Like I don't know. I feel like they kind of just like drew her down a little bit.
Yeah, they did. They didn't want to go
Which-
too big.
Yeah,
with it.
because I can understand that. I mean, it's still Disney, so I'm pretty sure
So
they don't want to
had
make
her, They had her twerking a
Shut
bit
it
Just go back to the,
instead of like booty shorts.
Yeah.
back to
So,
the
like,
trailer. There you go.
yeah,
To
so I don't think
appreciate
they.
the ass.
Yeah, so I think like it's just like they were just trying to like pump the brakes a little bit just because like of course like there's young adults probably just watching and shit and they don't want it to be like too
Well, there's
provocative.
It's gonna
So
be
I
kids
totally get
watching
that.
this show, so
Yeah, kids. Yeah, kids.
that's why they didn't go too over the board with America's ass in Endgame. It's just like, okay, there's
Yeah.
his butt. It wasn't like showing it all close up, all big and ugly and
Should
I
have
mean-
though. That would have been nice.
Ah, yeah.
Okay.
You
Oh,
guys
let
talk
it
about
be.
She-Hulk.
Okay.
I talk about
No.
Pat. Okay.
Hey, I have
If they
nothing
did
against
do
that.
Cap's ass, if they
Nothing
did,
against that.
then
Nothing
they would
against
also
that.
show She-Hulk.
You can do that. Hey, he has an amazing ass. It's nice, squishy, it's plump, it's fucking
Firm.
muscular. Yeah.
Jesus
Okay,
Christ, what's
so
going on over
definitely,
here?
I
yeah.
know, because I felt it.
Yeah.
I give the
yeah.
reins to
What
Mr.
the hell?
Oyman one night, and it's already going off the rails.
We're talking about asses here. This is real Marvel fan stuff.
Oh my god.
Ass Avengers.
People want.
Zongers.
But yeah, I have
Jesus.
nothing wrong with that. You could talk about Cap's ass all day, but guess what? I'm gonna still talk about She-Hulk's ass. That wasn't shown in this
That's
episode.
not
but-
We ain't need to talk about
What?
no ass.
All right, anyway, moving on to the next
Jeepers.
segment.
Well, that was
Okay,
that was
okay,
basically
okay.
it. You guys are trying to basically talk about these 2 episodes, if it even moved anything forward. It sounds like barely.
Uh-huh.
Overall, Mr. Oyman, I'll give the task to you to say what the hell is even going on. Like, describe it to our
Okay.
audience.
So-
What exactly do you think the point of where this is leading to?
Whole show, sorry, I was gonna say movie. It is playing more like a movie and also like a show, which is weird because a TV sitcom is supposed to be episodic. Each episode has its own little story wrapped up, and this show is kind of trying to do that while also trying to tell an overall story, which would be about Jen accepting being She-Hulk and facing all the complications that come with being She-Hulk, which are all taken from the comics, by the way. And then also while dealing with toxic men who are gonna create a anti-She-Hulk, gonna steal her blood and create their own Man-Hulk, and then she's gonna have to take down the Man-Hulk with the help of some Daredevil and maybe fight Frogman at the end. I don't know. Frogman's supposed to be in this show too, so I don't know what the fuck is going on. But I'm enjoying it!
Really? I didn't know that.
Actually,
that a
I do have
joke?
one
Was
thing
that a
to
joke?
say.
I don't
Say
know.
what?
What?
Y'all
Say
just
what?
Was that a joke about the frog guy?
no.
he's in the
Frogman
show.
is in this show.
He's in the
He-
show.
Oh
he's
my
probably in the
God.
Daredevil
He's gonna go
episode,
up
honestly.
against, Daredevil, yeah, because he and Daredevil fight in the comic a couple times.
Oh
Y'all,
my god.
whenever
Anyway,
y'all
sorry.
describe this show, y'all always sound like Kevin Feige's holding you guys hostage with the gun behind you, and it's like,
Okay, but think
oh
about it
yeah,
this
no,
way.
this is
Look.
Shut up.
I can acknowledge.
He's an amazing man.
Listen. I can acknowledge
Feige.
the fact that this show is pretty mid in terms of quality and writing, right? It knows what kind of show it is. It is kind of half-assing everything, which is kind of making some of it work even more, even though it would make for a better show if they did take shit seriously and they did actually write a good character arc for Jen Walters, which they're kind of fumbling on. But I can't lie, I've been enjoying every episode. Not enough to really go back and rewatch them right away, but it's an alright show. It's fine. I like it.
I don't know. I mean, I do like the actress. She seems pretty cool, but I just feel like they aren't.
I love
You
the
s-
Marvel references. All
like,
the,
and
like the Avengers.
I know you
and
say
the
they-
Avengers.
They what's it called? They do a good job of translating the comics, but I feel like they should have done a little bit more to make it a little bit more.
More accessible to more
Well, not
people,
just
because it is one of the it is one of the most hated like MCU projects. by
Well, I'm
far.
just
No,
like me. I gave up on it because I didn't care about the characters. Like she was funny. She did a good job, but she wasn't giving me enough reason for me to
I
want
feel
to
like the show is really trying to cater more to women than like male Marvel fans, even though some guys are liking the show a lot. And there are a lot of women who
Yeah.
don't like the show. But the fact of the matter is, this show has brought on a lot of like women who watch shit like Sex in the City, who don't watch Marvel stuff, but they'll watch She-Hulk and maybe be interested in seeing She-Hulk in future Marvel movies or something. That's kind of what they're trying to play to a totally different audience that watches
Yeah.
sitcom
yeah.
rock
Not
chick
everything
flicks.
in the MCU is gonna be for everyone. Like we've said
But it
multiple
is-
times.
It could definitely be a better show if they
Yeah,
had made it a little tighter writing and tried harder with it. They're like
I just
it's
feel like
all
there's-
their budget went to just being able to animate She-Hulk for 9 episodes, and even that they're only barely passing.
Yeah, I just feel like they're not doing both the actress and the character live up to the potential it could.
Which is how I feel about Miss Marvel too, with Kamala Khan. Like I really liked how that was going when it started, and then where it ended up, I'm like, well,
Yeah.
the character can still grow from here, but I'm not too impressed.
Either way.
Kind of.
Oh, keep going. Sorry, I thought you were.
I was just saying that's kind of how I feel about She-Hulk, except I like She-Hulk more than Miss Marvel, but quality-wise, yeah, they're kind of down there.
Yeah. But
What?
hey, JT had something to say though.
Yes,
Yeah, go
I
ahead,
do have
JT.
something to say. You know what? I'm going to say this.
Say
The only time I'm
boy.
going to say this.
Say it.
Say it.
Fuck Marvel fans, man. Just
Ah,
fuck
Ah,
Marvel fans.
We got an
Dude.
infiltrator in the panel. It took him like what is it? This is episode 21. It took him
25.
no 21.
Breaking free, Mr. Feige. It wasn't my fault.
It,
Please.
it was
No, put the gun away, Mr. Feige. Please.
Feige.
Ah!
He convinced he convinced us for
Here's the reason
21
why.
weeks.
So here's the reason why, right? Because like for all this shit time, Marvel fans have been dying since 2008. We watch all this crap. Nobody says anything. Oh, Captain Marvel's great. Ah ha ha. Everything is great. Even Age of Ultron was kind of okay, but then there's one TV show that's like so shitty and crappy, and you guys can't complain like, oh no, when is the MCU going? Oh my gosh, I'm so scared. I'm gonna cancel my Disney Plus subscription.
Yeah,
these
man.
guys are just
You've actually
pussies. Come
damn.
on, man.
You,
I don't know.
Jeez
Anything-
Louise.
I don't know,
anything, I would
JT.
almost say,
Wow.
hold on, I would almost
Putting
say
in his
fuck
little
Marvel
Stephen A.
fans
into
for
there.
liking
I
everything
see.
that's been built up, watching everything like you said, and then still liking the show. Marvel can deliver us shit, and we'll be like, yeah, I like it. It's not that bad. Like,
Y'all
I'm
ain't
at
haven't
least
been on
acknowledging it.
Twitter or
Like,
Reddit or anywhere in the past like 5 years, man.
Yeah, we're just gonna still sit here with their balls like hitting our foreheads, like, yeah, this is really nice. Like, I totally understand that, like, totally, like, it's garbage.
Because
Okay,
I think for me,
I
it's
get
like
it.
But
as
it's
a
garbage
DC
we'll
fan,
watch.
we
Yeah,
have so
yeah.
much crap that's going on DC side that we have to appreciate what Marvel's doing. At least Marvel is trying their hardest to bring shows to us on a monthly basis, right? DC is not doing anything. So Marvel
Yeah,
fans, whoever
I'll
who
give you
you
that.
are, if you're listening,
Nah,
to this
I'll
later,
take quality
just
over
so you
quantity.
know, you
This is one of
guys.
those shows where, like, if you like the show, fuck you. If you hate the show, fuck you.
Well, damn, I thought I
Exactly.
was negative, but we got
That's all.
Infiltrator. That's a new thing. JT the Infiltrator.
But-
He snuck in for 21 weeks, and then he was like, you know what? Now's the time. Fuck you guys. DC for life. Now you guys, karma's a bitch. Everything like that, man.
Well, I
Damn,
mean, like, you
JT.
have to think about it in this ways too, though. Like, Disney is kind of going with a lot of stuff. It's not just Marvel based. I mean, now it's Star Wars based. It's just actual regular Disney movies, and they're recreating a lot of those, like even like Pinocchio, which I thought was amazing. Um, but even then, even in the Star Wars bases, like, I mean, you have like the new show Andor. Do we really need somebody to tell us about a guy that died on Rogue One? Like,
But
what?
the show's pretty good, actually. I'm not-
No, it is. I will admit. I'm
But I
just
get
saying,
what you're
like,
saying.
yes. The concept of just
The
okay, well,
content wise.
yeah, like he's already dead. It's kind of like what they did with Black Widow. Like, what the fuck? Like, you're just
Well,
gonna bring.
beforehand, Marvel was actually spending time working like years on each project, and then once they opened up Disney Plus, they're like, "Shit, we need content." Andor, you get a show. Fucking She-Hulk, you get a show.
That's what I'm saying.
WandaVision, yeah, you.
Yeah.
All of your shows.
That's what
We
I'm
need
saying.
something every month. Now,
Yeah,
because
that's
there's
exactly what I'm
so
saying.
fucking
Yeah,
much, no, not all of it's gonna work.
yeah,
But But
exactly.
it's fun.
Like,
I'm here for it.
yeah, exactly. I mean, it keeps the subscription alive. Like, I mean, I understand that, like, some Marvel fans would be like, man, it's garbage, but it's something to watch. If you don't want to watch it, watch Andor. If you want to watch if you don't care for Star Wars, then fucking do some
Watch
Disney.
the-
Watch some
Disney
Pinocchio.
zombies.
Yeah,
How about this?
whatever.
How about this? If
But-
you don't like Phase 4, watch all 23 movies
Yeah,
between
Phase
Phase
3.
1 through and 3. How about that? That'll give you
There you go.
much to talk about.
There you
Nah,
go.
like me personally, Disney fucked up with me just because I gave up,
You're
and
paying
it
for a
wasn't like,
subscription
and
for a
that
show
You're just
not
a
gonna
hard.
watch.
You're a hard
and
critic.
what's it called? And I didn't even end up watching Andor yet, which it is on my list, but I didn't get a chance to. Instead, I just took my ass and watched a Better Lawyers show called Better Call Saul, and yeah, so that's that. I ain't taking no shit.
That's a real lawyer show. If you want to watch a real
Man,
courtroom drama,
I kind of feel much better. I got it out of my
get it off
chest.
your chest.
JT,
JT the
Oh my
Infiltrator.
God,
He
instant
just
release.
plummeted our views in like a fraction of what we already had. We didn't even have that many, JT. Why didn't you wait till we got 100 subscribers?
I know, man. You just told everybody fuck off, and like we just lost
You
everybody.
blew your load too
So-
early, man. Even earlier than when you were watching She-Hulk.
Things just
To the last episode of Screen Crusaders. Let's go. Yeah.
No,
here you
so
go.
we're just rebranding to Screen Crusader Podcast. Marvel fans are gonna run us out of town, man. But
I know.
I feel like everybody.
Anyway,
I feel like
Ask them some
everybody
other
did say
products.
their piece, or their part that they wanted to say about this past couple weeks in that show. Anyone else have anything else to say before we close off this episode?
No.
No.
You need to bring She-Hulk's ass back
Ah,
into the show.
You about to get your ass muted.
There we go.
yes. Actually, I do have something to say. I would like to apologize.
Wait! Before you get before you get going, JT, I would like to point out that the views of JT do not reflect the views of Marvel Mondays from the Screen Crusaders. He is coming here as a guest on his own accord and does not reflect the opinions of the rest of the panel. Go ahead.
Yes. So I wanted to apologize for my outburst a few minutes ago. I did not mean to
Already.
hurt your diehard MCU fans, but I'm just stating the truth. I am an MCU fan. I am a DC fan, so I put it out there. But I'm just saying that, hey, MCU fans need to tell the hard truth. I am telling you guys the hard truth. If you like it or not, that's up to you. But again, like if you like this episode, go and subscribe. We have many other episodes where I just rant. So
JT's over here.
I'm
JT's
sorry.
over here.
We knew JT was coming when he first
J-
introduced in this episode. We knew the type of JT we were getting today.
well, I don't know.
we
I didn't
can't-
know he was gonna go ballistic. He went nuclear. But
And then he even closed the show for us. He's
Yeah,
just like, you know
but-
what? Nobody else gets to talk.
But
Bye-bye.
JT's over here. He's over here like murdering people, digging them up, putting them in a grave, and then he's like, "Oh, but I'm the nice guy. I'll put a flower on top of the grave." But that's the JT we got today. But
Yep.
yeah, like he was saying though, I do appreciate anyone in the chat or anyone on watching us live. Sorry for JT's outburst, but I do appreciate all of y'all coming in. And if you did like what you heard, other than JT's views, please do hit that like and subscribe button. But
JT's views get us the more views.
But if maybe he brings in the other crowd. Maybe he brings in what's it called, the DC crowd, and we'll all be infiltrators. But
People thrive on drama, hence the reactions to She-Hulk.
But in other words, I do appreciate you, the panel, also joining me on yet another Monday. We'll try to not miss many more Mondays the rest of this year, because we do have a lot coming out, like Werewolf by Night, finale of She-Hulk, Black Panther Wakanda Forever, which I did forget to mention that they did come out and say that Namor is a mutant in the MCU, so there's another one on the list.
Nice.
And then, of course, we
Mr.
have...
Immortal, he's a mutant. We
Ye-
didn't talk about that. Yeah, Mr. Immortal's in the show, and he's a mutant, so yeah.
But
Mutants, they're coming.
what's it called?
Yeah.
And on top of that, we have the Guardian special probably coming out this year too. And so yeah, we got a lot more to talk about throughout the rest of the year. But we will be back every Monday at 7:30 Central, and y'all have a fantastic rest of the week.
You know how much I sacrificed?